Well, hi there, folks. Yep, we did get some rain today, but thankfully that storm passed us by last night. But we did get rain earlier this morning with a tiny bit of wind that went through. And you can see right here, I've got to stake up my hollyhocks because they're just falling all over everywhere. And I didn't get around to staking them up yesterday, but I need to do that so they'll quit falling over everywhere. My sunflowers too, I've got to kind of fix them because they're leaning over. So, but one thing I wanted to get on here to do, I received this box a few minutes ago in the mail, and it's from Susan Proctor, my subscriber, and I want to show you what she sent me. Actually a little bit more work, but that's okay. It's sweet potatoes that already have slips growing on them. Look at that. They're not quite big enough to plant, but yeah, they've got slips on them that I needed. And here's another one. And I have got a little potato around on the porch, the other side of the house, that's got little slips growing on it. So hopefully out of these 3 potatoes, my potato and the 2 that she sent, I'll get some sweet potatoes planted. Hopefully. And I was digging down in here in the box, and she also sent onion bulbs to plant. These look like the yellow onions. Yeah, the little onion bulbs to plant. And then there's more here. Oh, these are little tiny potatoes. If I can get it out of here without breaking the eye off of it. The eye is actually growing through the hole in that bag, but look at there. Those are little white potato, or the little gold potatoes. I'm not sure which, but they're a form of a white potato. And there's 3 of them, and they've all got eyes growing on them. See there? 3 little potatoes. So thank you, Susie. I will plant these as soon as I get around to it today. I'm not sure what time today I'll get to it, but I'll try to do a video. And I think that's all that's in there. It's the sweet potatoes and the onions. Hey, Susie, thank you very much. And little buddy and I are going to get those planted as soon as I can today. I got to mow a little bit because I've got that weed barrier cloth coming that I want to put down around my watermelons. So I got to mow a little bit out there first. And I still got to finish the weed barrier in under the canopy. But I've been working on some buckets, and you know, I've already got some totes emptied of the other potatoes that I can go ahead and plant those 3 little potatoes in. And I've got to pull some of my onions. And I think what I'm going to do is pull some of the onions and dry them and plant some of these other onion bulbs in that tote is what I think I'll do. But it feels so good out here today. The temperature dropped with that rain that came through early this morning. And I'm so glad it didn't get any worse than what it did, because I don't think my garden could survive another windy, haily storm like we've had. My plants are still falling over. And like I said, I got to finish staking up the rest of them. I staked up one of my sunflowers over there, but I noticed the wind was so hard, it just broke it off where it was staked up at. So I don't know if it's a good idea to stake them up or not, but I'm going to show you this this big sunflower I've got over here. Look how it's leaning. And I was going to stake it up yesterday, but then I was afraid to. I said, well, if we get another heavy wind coming in, it's liable to break it off. So I left it, and it's not any worse than what it was. But I've got to get my ranunculus flower out of here, because this dirt is holding too much moisture and we've been getting too much rain. And I see that some of them are trying to drown. I've only got one good plant right there that I need to get out and put in another spot. Maybe even put it in the ground, I'm not sure. But I got my lettuce coming up. My purple kale hasn't come up yet, but I was told it takes quite a while. And I've got one little sprout right there. I think maybe that might be some of the purple basil trying to come up. And my geranium, mixed geranium seeds, look at there, they're coming up. They're mixed colors, and I want to get them started around the yard. But we don't need any more rain. It'll drown my plants out if we get much more rain. They're drowning now. And there's holes in the bottom, so this is draining. But, you know, there's only so much water these plants can hold. And there is my 4 o'clocks. I've got to get those transplanted. That's the broken 4 o'clocks that I planted the seed from. And there's the Shasta daisy. And there's my Cherokee purple tomatoes. They're almost getting big enough to transplant. And I've got my Ace 55 tomatoes. Look at there, how big they're getting. I mean, that big one right there, I could probably transplant right now and it wouldn't hurt it at all. And I've got lantana in that pot, and it's not come up yet. But I tell you what, I do have Bermuda grass. Look at that. I hate that Bermuda grass. And I know I shouldn't break it off and throw it in the yard, because that's just going to start more plants. But at this point, I've about give up trying to get rid of it. I really have. Look at that. It goes all the way across there. It's just terrible. If you have Bermuda grass, you can't have flowers without constantly doing something to keep the grass out of them. And like I said, I didn't know it had seed in it when I ordered it. Stupid me. I thought I was just getting dirt. That's what I wanted. I just wanted some good dirt. And I ended up with Bermuda grass. So you live and learn every day. And all this hummingbirds off, I think. Because they don't come to the feeders when, you know, it's storming. They might today sometime, but we'll see. I'm going to throw that Bermuda grass in the garbage here. It can go to the landfill. They can grow Bermuda grass in the landfill. But yeah, Susan, I just want to thank you so much for the kind gesture. I didn't know she was sending this. The box just was delivered maybe 10 minutes ago. And I said, well, what is that? It's too early for my weed barrier cloth to come. They said he'd be here by 10 this evening. So I was looking for that later today. And then this box showed up, and I looked at the return address, and it was Susan. I said, what in the world is Susan sending me? But it was the 2 sweet potatoes and onion bulbs to plant, and then those 3 little potatoes that you plant. They must be the smaller potatoes that grow, because they're not very big potatoes, but they got eyes all over them. So I'm anxious to get those planted and see how they'll grow and how they'll do here. So with that, I'm going to bid y'all a good day. Thank you, Susan, again. Love you. And I'll see y'all on my next one. Bye now.